Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. So I bumped into a page by boxing news and views, and it posed a question saying, what if Ortiz can upset Jerome Boots Ennis? And I'm thinking, what kind of absurd question is that? Because that's like admitting that Jerome Boots Ennis is a far superior fighter. So fight fans here are getting, all hot and bothered, waiting in anticipation for a mismatch, which ultimately takes the credit away from Jerome Boots Ennis if he's to beat Boots. If he's to beat Ortiz, and that's not what it causes intrigue about this fight. We know the intrigue is that these are amongst the best fighters of their generation, and so we want to know who will actually win. We want to know who would actually win between both of these fighters. So that alone makes it a 50-50 bout, my guys, my people. Be gone with that question, my guys, my people. I think the biggest worry is, can this fight be made in 2026? It is not impossible, but it is very, very difficult, my guys, with Ortiz and his lawsuit against Oscar De La Hoya in failure to successfully negotiate this fight, my guys, my people. And he is alleging breach of contract and interference with earnings, my guys, with the intent to end his contract with Oscar and Golden Boy. Also, there's the fine detail that Golden Boy and the Zone, their broadcasting deal came to an end on the 31st of December, my guys, my people. And albeit Oscar, he has detailed that they are still in conversation to try and extend that deal up to 2027. However, Gregory Smith, Ortiz's lawyer, he is stating that with Golden Boy and the Zone not having contractual ties currently, therefore them agreeing to agree at a later time means absolutely nothing to them, my guys. So the stance remains, Ortiz wants to leave Golden Boy Promotions, my guys, my people. So to make this fight, ultimately, it's highly, highly dependent on if to make it as quickly as possible in this year, 2026, may be highly dependent on whether Golden Boy and Team Ortiz can work out a way amicably to work together, not to separate, but to work together, my guys, my people. Gregory Smith, he also alleges that Oscar De La Hoya, despite being a legendary figure in the sport of boxing, my guys, my people, he however has a history of substance abuse, which we all know about, my guys, my people. It's no secret, well, Smith, he says that also the recent feuds he has with other promoters, where he's launching attacks at them via social media, via his Clapback Thursdays, my guys, my people, where he takes aim at promotions like Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, Dana White and Zuffa Boxing, my guys, my people, both of whom actually are respective partners of the biggest power broker in the sports right now, Turki Al Sheikh, my guys, my people. And so they deem Oscar's actions to have, some ramifications, negative ramifications that would affect Virgil Ortiz, my guys, my people, that undermine his opportunities to maximize in potential earnings, my guys, my people. It looks like Team Ortiz, right, were hoping that Turki Al Sheikh would sponsor this fight, and if not so, at least the aftermath would draw his interest and draw favorable offers from other promotions, even if it is other promotions, my guys, my people. So it seems. Now, There are other allegations in this lawsuit which include Oscar threatening to bench Virgil Ortiz if he didn't initially accept a sole offer, my guys, my people, a sole fight offer. But however, there is a clause in a contract that says that Ortiz should be given at least three opponents to choose from, my guys, my people, in any given fight opportunity, my guys, my people. So Oscar failed to do that. He failed to do that, my guys, my people. Also allegations that he didn't act in good faith, Oscar, with his backdoor negotiation tactics, my guys, my people. What I found particularly intriguing about Oscar is that he doesn't think that, you know, Ortiz or his father are to blame for this lawsuit, even though it is very obvious that they are the ones who have served it, that this lawsuit has been served on their behalf, my guys, my people. So obviously they must have some grievances about Oscar De La Hoya's negotiation tactics, but that seems to have escaped Oscar De La Hoya's mind, my guys, my people, conveniently, right? Very, very, very convenient. And instead, he decides to blame those who he terms as vultures. He says that whenever Golden Boy attempts to build a future star, a future champion, the vultures just want to swoop in and think that they can do whatever they want, my guys, my people. He then threatens that they will fight this lawsuit aggressively to preserve their rights, you know, that they are confident that a judge will see it in their favor that Ortiz is still contracted to Golden Boy, and he is not a free agent, and in fact that Ortiz and his team are the ones who are in breach of contract, my guys. He also questioned the timing of the lawsuit. He says that 3 months ago Ortiz was perfectly happy with Golden Boy and what they had done in his career so far, my guys, my people. So what has happened now? And so he balls everything up and says that all of this is part of Meridian's plan to service his own agenda. Well, everybody has their own agenda, my guys, my people, but Oscar can't deny that his agenda is very clear as negatively impacted on Ortiz in a big way, my guys, my people, and it's going to have some ramifications, all right? So I think he's trying to touch at some damage control here in not portioning any of the blame on Virgil Ortiz, but instead offloading every blame on Meridian and Smith, my guys, my people. Let's see how it works out for him. Smith, he is the same lawyer that got Canelo out of his live contract with Golden Boy in a case that also alleged breach of contract. So this is a road that Oscar definitely has traveled down before, and it looks like he hasn't learned. He hasn't learned. Like they say, leopards don't change their spots, right? Well, Oscar is definitely a leopard, and some of the allegations against him are warranted. For instance, him negotiating behind Ortiz and Meridian's back, my guys, my people. He did do so when he agreed to a written contract with the Zone and Matchroom's Eddie Hearn. They agreed to a 50-50 per split, and for the winner to walk away with an extra 5%. Now, Hearn, he says that Boots, he signed his end, but Ortiz, he didn't, my guys, my people. And on learning of this, well, Meridian, he says that Ortiz had no idea of this agreement. He had no idea of this agreement because Oscar didn't disclose it to him, my guys, my people. And so that is a breach of the contract, which states that any written agreement done in Ortiz's behalf needs Ortiz's signatory to finalize and bind that deal, my guys, my people. Yeah, pretty damning, right? pretty damning. But you know, Oscar, he didn't make the situation better, because the deal that he came with after that was even worse. It was a 60-40 per split in Ortiz's favor, and for the winner to walk away with another 5%. Now, if Team Boots accepted that, it would have meant that even if Ortiz went on to lose the fight, he would have still walked away with the lion's share. And that is absolutely bizarre, considering that these are two fighters that have similar drawing power. So Ortiz definitely doesn't command that sort of purse split, my guys. My people, absolutely ridiculous. Even more ridiculous that Oscar gave Matchroom a deadline based on this offer, and said that they are walking away. They are walking away from negotiations. You know that Ortiz has options in a title fight against WBC champion Sebastian Fundora, and in a stadium fight against Errol the Truth Spence, my guys, my people. 2 fights there, by the way, that the zone doesn't want. They're only interested in Ortiz versus Boots, my guys, my people, to consider you know, extending Golden Boy's contract. That is the only way, for one, that Team Ortiz may even consider sticking with Golden Boy, even though there are other allegations that could qualify them to get out of their contract. You know, but Oscar, he really needs to find a way that they can amicably work together to make this fight. You know, Oscar Dela Hoya, who is now saying, well, he said previously, before, in a plea for Ortiz's loyalty, for his focus, my guys, my people, that he only has a small window to make a success of his career. But that's going to be difficult when it's asking that of the man who has put a lawsuit against him, my guys, my people. Clearly, they won out, right? And Team Ortiz, although they have stated that they're willing to continue negotiating, right, they are not willing to have Oscar involved in those negotiations. So this is going to be a pretty hard one for Oscar, who now wants to make this fight, who now wants to do whatever Ortiz wants, my guys, my people, and says that well, they can start with talking with Eddie Hearn and take it from there. We'll see. And he guarantees that we'll get this fight. As reports goes, this case might not conclude before this year ends. So it looks like we might not get this fight after all in this year 2026, which is going to be absolutely painstaking and excruciating for fight fans and everybody involved that actually want this fight to take place, my guys, my people. But ultimately, although Oscar is saying, I said previously, right, boasting that he and PBC's Al Heyman, they have patched up their differences and so they can put on big fights together, my guys, my people. On which platform? On which platform? Ultimately, Ortiz is exclusive to the zone. And with the PBC soon to be without an Amazon deal, on which platform but the zone, my guys, my people. With that said, I think I'm done. But it's looking positive, at least, that Oscar wants to make this fight. Now, it's now on Team Ortiz to respond positively, my guys, my people. With that said, is Robert Garcia and Boots Ennis, who have both agreed and acknowledged that, you know, were it not for what Ortiz and Oscar are going through at this particular moment, this fight would have been agreed on already to be made, you know. But it's not up to the trainers, who are not involved in negotiations and matchmaking, my guys, my people. So, my people, in this time of uncertainty, Boots Ennis still remaining very hopeful while speaking to YSM Media Sports, my guys, my people. He says, quotes, "As of right now, I have no updates, but I have high hopes that the fight happens. That is the fight that I want next. Everybody has got to stay tuned, he says. Close quotations, my guys, my people. Whatever he says, I can guarantee you this, that by the time him and Ortiz face one another, Boots Ennis will be either a champion or a unified champion. And so at that point, there will be no debate that he will be the undisputed A-side. It will be undisputable that he is A-side, my guys, and will control the lion's share of the purse splits, my guys, my people. That said, stay sharp. You just got to stay busy, my guys, my people, and not get ring rusted. So, according to Eddie Hearn, if Josh Kelly can grab Bakhram Murtazaliev's IBF strap, then it will be Kelly versus Boots next, my guys, my people. So Kelly is the front runner, but this will be a tough ask for Kelly to beat Bakhram, who is an absolute boogeyman in the division, my guys, my people. Kelly, who is 17 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and just 9 coming via KO, my guys. Bakhram, on the other hand, is a real hitter, real hitter, real boogeyman, with a record 23-0 and 17 coming via KO, my guys, my people. We saw what he did to what's his name, Tim Tszyu, in October of 2024. I think that time out of the ring could play in Kelly's favor. Kelly, who last fought in June of 2025, my guys, my people. So he has had a lot more ring action than Bakhram has. And he doesn't fight anything like Tim Tszyu. You know, Tim Tszyu, who went punch for punch with Bakhram and paid. He got destroyed in just 3 rounds. But Kelly, he is a stick and mover, you know, somewhat of a slick boxer, my guys, my people. And if Bakhram is ring rusted, he's going to take a little time to adjust to the style of Kelly. It's going to take a little time for him to catch up to Kelly, my guys, my people. So I'm giving Kelly much more of a chance than I gave him previously. Before, I thought he would get run over, but now I don't see it quite the same. And you'll be surprised. I'm actually going to pick him and say he will get the win via unanimous decision, my guys, my people. I think Kelly is better than when he got knocked out by David Avenetian in 2021, and he's better than his fight against Ishmael Davis, my guys, my people. Let's see what he can do. Unanimous decision, Kelly. In the co-main event, of course, we are going to be having Josh Padley, who is 30 years old with a record 17 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, and just 5 via KO. So not a lot of power on paper, but I shall tell you that he is a lot more aggressive than the paper suggests, my guys, my people. That is Padley, who is coming off a very narrow win against veteran fighter Reese Bellotti, my guys. That was in October. But now Padley, he will be fighting Jahoud Mehedi of France for the vacant European strap, my guys, my people. Mehdi, I know nothing of him until this day. He is 27 years old with a record 23 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws, and 11 coming via KO. Although average power, still a lot more than Padley on paper, my guys, my people. But hopefully this is not going to be another Frenchman that's going to spring up a surprise like we saw in Bruno Suras versus Jaime Munguia 1, my guys, my people. These French fighters, they have a way about them, my guys, my people. But hopefully Padley gets the win, and I'm gonna say decision Padley on this one, my guys, my people. To heck with it. I will say stoppage Padley, my guys, my people. Now, one fight that I'm actually really looking for on this fight card is, of course, Elif Turhan defending her IBF lightweight strap against Aussie's Taylor Jensen. Well, anyways, he's 35 years old with a record 8 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws 3 via KO, my guys. My people, I'm coming off 2 wins after a narrow loss to Shauna Brown, my guys. My people, that alone is telling me that Elif Turhan, who is 30 years old, so still in her prime, younger, right? Let's just say younger. Has a record 12 wins undefeated and 8 coming via KO. Turhan, a real hard hitter for women's boxing. 8 KOs in 12 fights, my guys. My people. I think she will retain her IBF strap in the same fashion that she took it from Beatrice Ferreira, my guys, in Monaco in December, in real brutal fashion, my guys, my people. That is what is going to happen to Taylor Gets Zen, my guys, my people. Knockout, and I'm gonna say it's coming in less than 5 rounds. Let's get it, my guys. And of course, last but not least, we have the very young 19-year-old prospect Leo Atang, my guys. I'm very high on Leo. I think he's a real talented boxer puncher in the heavyweight division. Maybe a future prospective matchup for Moses Itama, my guys, my people. But Atang has even less experience than, you know, the minimal experienced Moses Itama, my guys, my people. Atang, who has just 3 fights under his record and 3 wins, so undefeated, and he's looking for another highlight reel to continue boosting his profile, my guys, my people. I say let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, my guys. And with that said, let's move on to the other fight card on the same night, my guys, my people. We have Abas Baraou, WBA champion at 154 pounds, against Xander Zayas, WBO champion in the same division, my guys. So this is a unification. Listen, Abas Baraou, I've seen him fight. Who did he get the title? I think he got the interim title shit from Teles. Is it Teles? I believe so. I believe it was Teles. And then he got elevated after Terence Bud Crawford vacated, right? So yeah, he's a good fighter though, Abas Baraou. He can really punch. You know, he represents Germany, so he fights out of Germany. What country is he from again? I can't quite remember. But he is from the African continent, my guys, my people. And he stylistically reminds me of Terence Bud Crawford, albeit not the same speed, not the same ring IQ, not the same fight IQ, my guys, my people. It could prove problematic for Xander Zayas, who I think is the more superior skilled fighter. Speedier, better punch combination, very mean. Very well, when he wants to anyway, he can be mean, my guys, my people. But can he take a punch? You know, I've never seen him get a hit with a real good one before. Abas Baraou, I'm not sure if I have seen him in that position before, neither. But look, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go for Xander Zayas, and I'm gonna say stoppage. I'm gonna say stoppage. You know, there's a lot on the line here, so they're gonna want to impress. You know, they might need to have to impress to get the win. Who knows, my guys, my people. So yeah, Xander Zayas for the knockout. I'm gonna say 8th round, my guys, my people. That's my final take. And with that said, winner of Abas Baraou and Xander Zayas, also a viable option for Boots Ennis's next fight, my guys, my people, which will be 2 titles in his first title shot if he should go for the winner of this fight. Let's see how it goes, eh? But we also have on the same date, the 31st, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds for Teofimo's WBO strap, my guys, which is of course going to be a legendary fight. Tune in for my predictions tomorrow, my guys, my people, or should I say, look out for my predictions coming tomorrow, my guys, my people. Let's get it. And with that said, that's all I have for you on this one. Before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe, of course. Drop your comments below, and as always, stay super blessed. I'm out of breath. I'm just coming from a jog, my guys, my people. Quite a long one as well. So yeah, see you on the next one, my guys, my people.